Welcome to the weekly news on NaijaWideTV. I am James Odediran. Let's begin this week's news report that President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned the maltreatment of Nigerians and Africans at the Ukraine-Poland border. Video making the rounds on social media showed Africans being relegated to the back of the queue and prevented from entering the train to Poland from Ukraine. Some Nigerian students, including the mother with her baby, were forced to give up their seats for Ukraine citizens. The president, in a statement signed by Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant to the President, Media and Publicity, said everyone despite nationality should be treated equally in the face of war. Condemning their actions, Buhari said Africans, including Nigerians, have the same right to safe passage under UN Convention and the color of their passport or their skin should make no difference. Comedian Basketmouth has tackled the federal government for failing to prosecute identified sponsors of Boko Haram and bandits in Nigeria. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, in a statement released in September 2021, said the federal government cannot name and shame the identified sponsor for terrorism out of sheer respect for the constitutional rights of citizens relating to presumption of innocence. An obviously displeased Basketmouth described the delay in the prosecution of the identified terrorism sponsors as uselessness in high places. Fresh fact has emerged that the family of the late Ozo Chibuike Chukwuka, a suspected cult leader whose burial ceremony led to the death of over 20 persons at the Benebe in Awka North local government area of Anambra State weekend, was warned never to organize the ceremony because of his activities during his lifetime. It was gathered that despite warning, members of his own cult group went ahead to organize the burial, including printing of banners and invitation cards. But as the body was lying in state, the rival group stormed the compound and shot indiscriminately, killing many people and wounding others in the process. Chukwuka was gunned down in the broad daylight at Amansi Produce Checkpoint, where he held sway on daily basis and forcing drivers to part with their money. An indigene of Ebenebe, Mr. Godwin Okpala, who described the 34-year-old Chukwuka as a notorious cultist, said that after his death, the rival cult group demanded that he should not be accorded a proper burial because of the number of lives he had wasted. Otherwise, the family should be prepared to face the consequences. The National Assembly has rejected bills seeking to create special seats for women in the federal legislative arm of government and moving value-added tax VAT to the exclusive legislative list. While the bill proposing the inclusion of VAT on the exclusive list is titled A Bill for an Act to Alter Part 1 of the Second Schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 to include value-added tax on the exclusive legislative list and for related matters, the bill on special seats for women is titled A Bill for an Act to Alter the Provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 to provide special seats for women in the National and State Houses of Assembly and for related matters. At the House of Representatives, 209 members voted against moving VAT while 208 members voted against the provision of special seats for women. At the Senate, 41 senators voted in favor of the proposed inclusion of VAT on the exclusive list, while 44 voted against it, failing to meet the required 2/3 73 membership. 30 senators voted in favor of the bill seeking to create special seats for women in the National Assembly, while 58 voted against it. The Oyo State government has confirmed the arrest of the Accountant General of the state. We gathered that the Accountant General, Mr. Gafar Bello, was arrested by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) by the zonal office last Friday. Our correspondent gathered that Bello was arrested by the anti-graft agency for allegedly conspiring with some politicians to engage in financial fraud. He was arrested over the alleged misappropriation of about 9 billion naira but was released on Monday. Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism Dr. Wasiu Olatubosun confirmed Bello's arrest in a statement obtained by newsmen on Wednesday. President of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employers (NOGE), Akeem Ambali, has accused the Nigerian Governors Forum of plans to truncate the ongoing constitutional review, which has seen the National Assembly vote in favor of the autonomy for local government administrations across the country. Ambali, who lauded the National Assembly for taking the path of honor to vote in favor of autonomy for local government, said he has been inundated with clandestine moves by state governors to truncate the process at the state houses of assembly. Recall that the National Assembly had on Tuesday voted in favor of full autonomy for local government councils in the country, a development that has allegedly angered state governors who collect funds on their behalf from the federation account. Although the National Assembly has passed it, it will require a 2/3 majority of the state houses of assembly to also pass it. Ambali, who noted that the struggle for granting full autonomy to local government has been a long-standing one, said some National Assembly members have come under pressure and threats from state governors not to support the idea. Norge said when the autonomy takes full effect, the development will trickle down to the local government councils who are at the grassroots. The House of Representatives on Wednesday introduced a bill for an act to establish the National HIV Trust Fund of Nigeria. The bill, which is being sponsored by Rep. Ibrahim Makama Misau Dambao Federal Constituency of Bauchi State, passed first reading on the floor of the Green Chamber on Wednesday. This is coming exactly 1 month after President Muhammadu Buhari launched HIV Trust Fund of Nigeria (HTFN) in Abuja. President Buhari, while launching the 62 billion naira trust fund last month, said it would help Nigeria end AIDS as a public health threat and place more people living with HIV on treatment annually. The President pledged that his administration would continue to prioritize health interventions to address killer diseases and public health emergencies. The bill will help in providing legislative support and utilization of HIV Trust Fund as unveiled by the President. In entertainment gist, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) has opened on the details of the arrest of singers Zinoliski and Mohbad. A viral video released on Thursday morning showed officers of the NDLEA arresting the artists at their home in Lekki. While an eyewitness claimed that the arrests were made without a warrant, the agency revealed that they had arrested them following a tip of drugs possession. Speaking to newsmen, Femi Babafemi, the director of media and advocacy, said, "Yes, they have been arrested because we had reliable information that they were in possession of drugs. We moved in on them and recovered drugs. That is why 5 of them were arrested, 3 males and 2 females." On the foreign scene, a video has emerged showing locals clearing out a shopping mall in the Ukrainian city of Mariupol. People can be seen walking around with trolleys and bags full of goods as the city remains under siege by Russian forces. Local officials say residents are in dire need of food, water and medicine due to Russia's blockade of the city. And in sports, manager Thomas Tuchel admitted news of the Russian billionaire's decision had been a distraction, but his side did not show it at tough more thanks to 2 goals from Kai Havertz, sandwiched between Reece James' opener and Christian Pulisic's close-range finish. Chelsea had plenty of possession in the first half, but little cutting-edge Nick Pope was barely tested in the Burnley goal. Almost immediately after the restart, though, James edged in a crowded area and kept his cool to fire emphatically across Pope. Chelsea were soon through up and in total control. First, Pulisic's pinpoint cross was guided home expertly by Havertz before the German bundled James across over the line. Pulisic got in on the act 21 minutes from time, rounding off what turned out to be a comfortable afternoon for Chelsea. And that was the news. For more updates, please log on to our website at www.NaijaWide.com and follow us on all our social media platforms at NaijaWide. Thanks for listening. I am James Odediran.
Music, the art of arranging sounds through the times of elements of melody, harmony, and mistake that give you the best happiness that you never imagined. Log on to NaijaWide.com. The wide range of music.